Well, welcome to this week's video. We're going to be doing some cutouts finally that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's kind of like just use my creative side to kind of do stuff. Something I've been wanting to learn for a while, and I'm going to start with the #1 game that I love and hate at the same time. And the reason being is it's mildly challenging for the kind of color scheme and the cuts and everything like that I'm trying to do with it. I feel like it'd be a good first thing to start with. In fact, I got one already made that I made a whole video on that I totally scrapped because it was going pretty smoothly, but I'll show you the final product here. It didn't really go too smoothly. So as you can clearly see, yeah, the white was a little overpowered. Now, I learned from the mistakes from doing this one. There's a couple things I'm going to do differently, so we're going to make it better, and I already know exactly how I'm going to make this better. There's 3 major mistakes that I've made. One was the cuts around. I was trying to do like a beveling kind of thing or a notching, and that wasn't really working out too well. So what I might, because I don't want to do actual cutouts, I'm trying to do full print designs and stuff like that is kind of the style that I'm going for. But instead, I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do slight cuts. I'm going to cut, a lot of it off really, and then I'm going to bevel out a lot of the other material. And there's only a few things out of this that I'm going to cut out entirely. I think one being the lettering is because the center of the A it was really hard to powder coat because I'm doing powder coating with this too. That's probably important to mention, which I'm going to get into all of this here in just a second. Yeah, that was one of the mistakes, was the lettering. And then obviously the white. I started with the background first for powder coating because I thought that was going to be easier, but the way that I was doing it, after I did everything, I was like, it would make sense to do all the little details and then do the background later because the little details I can cover up a lot easier. All I know right now is we're going to do it a lot better. So I literally bought all this material and consumables just to try a lot of this out. So that was the first run. First time I ever did it too. So we're going to do it better. I got to go grab my laptop and start doing I guess a rough draft on this piece. The first thing I would like to go over in all this is this piece that I'm currently working on right now is also a mistake piece. Towards the end of the video, I do a third one. This one I made too big, but this is how I started out. Is I just took my projector, my laptop, made some like a rough draft on the piece of metal, but this one I didn't measure out. I later decided the way I was going to do this is kind of measure out like a 2x1 piece of template, I guess, to put it on. So I know that would fit in my oven because that was the issue I had with this guy right here is it did not fit in my oven. So I went through all this work and I made videos on this one. So I was like, well, I'm going to use the videos from this one so I can demonstrate the mistake and demonstrate what I did even on the third one. So here I am. This one honestly has a lot more too because you could see I have a lot more X's because the way I was making my lines and X's and circles. The reason why I do this is so when I get to the point of cutting, coming up here, I know which lines are okay to cut, and which ones I don't want to cut. So kind of self-explanatory, but to make it clear, circles is yes, cut. X's is don't cut. I've made that mistake before, so there's that. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I didn't really do anything special. I just wanted to make all the lines straight, so the projector helps with like drawing it out. For me, it was more like of a rough draft and everything like that. But here I am using my tape measure, my square tools, and all that stuff to make everything straight. Make sure my, where I'm at, like if it's 2 inches down or 2 inches of a gap, I want to make sure there's 2 inches of a gap up top too. And again, I'm not using this piece, but I also made another mistake. You can see where the lines connect at the bottom here. I did ended up fixing it later off camera, but it kind of beveled it a little bit. It looked a little bit better, but it still wasn't 100% straight. But here I am to the cutting part. I'm just notching everything right now. I'm just scoring everything right now, just kind of getting a good line going before I start cutting all the way through. Because if you make a mistake on any of these parts right here, you pretty much have to start over. So I didn't want to like cut. I wanted to make sure all my lines were notched out, so when I go to cut all the way through, it's just a straight cut. Here's with my die grinder, where I'm doing all the curves. You can't cut curves with a cutoff wheel, so you need a die grinder for this. And these parts I'm not cutting all the way through. And also, another thing I would like to mention in this video here is the t-shirt that I'm currently wearing in this video. It is available on my website. This is a limited time sell only, so I'm only selling these t-shirts for about 3 months. Go pick one up. It supports me. It supports the channel. There's a lot of this next video coming out gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a really cool video. I'm really excited to do the video after this one. But any purchases off the website is gonna support all of that and whatnot. It's important to note too, the reason why I'm sanding it, by the way, is I was grinding out of the mel scale, but I was also sanding it because powder coating sticks a lot better to a sanded surface compared to like a flat polish surface. And here I am just wiping it up with some sort of acetone just to clean up all the dirt and grime and all that from cutting it. The tape also, the high temp silicone tape also sticks to it a lot better, so I guess that's another reason. And I cut all these out. I cut all the lines I cut out. I take a razor blade and I cut all the letters out, as you can see right here. But I did it off camera because that was when I realized, oh, I made this mistake. Let me start over. So this is the new piece that's a little bit smaller. And yeah, but this white, by the way, for my powder coating is super thick. I mentioned that in the beginning of this video. It's super thick. I actually took the reducer off of it, off my powder coating gun, because it was just a pain in the ass. It was such a pain in the ass to work with, and anyways, it's a good white. It works. That's pretty much what that means. So super stoked about that. Here I am just powder coating it, and as you can see, I tape. After I powder coated it white, I taped it off again. Now I made all my cuts again. Now I'm going to take off the background layer and keep all the lettering and everything like that intact. That way when I go to powder coat, the white's covered, the blue's covered, and any place that I want the background to be is going to be black. This is just me demonstrating like how I carefully took off the tape, pieces of tape that were stubborn. There's a lot more to it than this, but I'm just showing that one clip right there. And then here we go with powder coating it black. Flat surfaces, powder coating flat surfaces, super easy. I keep it on the 1 voltage setting, and I just spray it, and it sticks fairly well. I could have gone a little thicker on the black. It was pretty flaky when I got done with it, but it came out good. I should have put a thicker coat on it, but here we go with the final product. This thing looks so good. I am so excited with this piece that I made for the first, well, third time technically, but it came out really great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your Tarkov friends, and I will see you guys all in the next video. And don't forget to do something nice for somebody tomorrow, and have a good one. Bye-bye.